Okay, I know that folks are going to be filtering in as I'm talking, so everything I'm saying, I'm going to be putting into the chat as well for you folks. I just want to welcome you to the ScholarTrek and HOSA Virtual College Fair. It's so good to have you here. We have some great experts, great panelists here to share with you about their institutions. And it is very pertinent that you pay attention to the chat. They're going to be putting important information in there as well. And just know that they cannot see or hear you. So if you have a question for any of our panelists or for all of our panelists, please use that Q&A button that you'll find either at the top of your screen or the bottom of your screen. That Q&A button is the only way that you can ask a question during this session. Everything is recorded, the audio, the video, and the chat, and will be on our website shortly after this is over. So you can certainly access it there at strivescan.com. And if you have any questions particularly, please feel free to, again, use that Q&A. It's so important to ask questions of our experts and our panelists to get the best out of this that you can. And to be mindful of time, each panelist only gets 6 minutes to present. So we are going to start by kicking it off to Weber International University.
Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. So I'll get my screen share rolling here and we'll be. My name is Mr. Albert. I'm the Senior Counselor of High School Recruitment with Weber International University. I appreciate you all taking the time to get on the call today and learn a little more about what we have to offer you. All right, so we'll go through a quick background. We were founded in 1927, primarily as an all-women's business college. And at this point, we spread out to become a co-ed campus. And we're now offering 40 different majors and 27 different athletic programs. In terms of location, we're roughly an hour south of Orlando, or an hour to the east of the Tampa Bay area. All right. And in terms of student life and campus dorm life, we have several different options on campus in terms of housing. We have traditional dorms, which would normally be 3 to a room. Some doors will have communal amenities in terms of showers, while others with our female dorms will be in unit bathrooms and dorms. We'll go back in a second. Then we also have semi-private and fully private rooms. Campus life, we've been doing some major renovations on campus over the last couple of months. We added a 24-hour learning commons. Cafeteria has been totally revamped, outsourced food as well through Sodexo. And we also redid our student union. And the student union is also 24 hours. And Starbucks is actually included in your meal plan. So you'll get $400 per year to spend there. These are some of the different clubs and activities that we have here on campus. I understand that oftentimes medical students, need additional groups and clubs to kind of help ingrain themselves to the campus. And these are some of the opportunities we have for you. Esports is brand new to our campus. We do offer additional scholarships for this program. And this is also something that a student that haven't done it in high school, you can do it for the first time in college if you're interested in that. If you have more questions on that, please let me know. All right, additional athletic programs. We have 27 to choose from. We compete at the NAIA level. Biggest opportunity in this area is going to be the ability to stack some of your merit-based scholarships with athletic-based scholarships. All right, a little academic info, smaller class sizes, being a smaller private university. As future medical students, I know that you all would greatly appreciate that, as you want to be in a hands-on environment and be able to interact with different items in the lab so you can gain that experience. And right now, in terms of medical programs, our offerings are occupational therapy and assisting, psychology, performance, health, and physical technology, nursing. All right, and we offer all of those at the bachelor's level, and we're one of the few schools in the state that actually offer occupational therapy assisting at the bachelor's level. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. I will put my information in the chat, and as well as links to our free application. I wish you the best in your future endeavors, and I look forward to hearing from you. Have a blessed day.
All right, thank you so much. Next up, we have the University of Mississippi.
Hello, everyone. And thank you for being here today with us. My name is Debbie McCain Wesley. I'm a regional admissions rep for the University of Mississippi. We are located in the northern part of the state in a fabulous college town called Oxford. If you've ever heard of Memphis, Tennessee, we are a little over an hour outside of Memphis. As you can see here, total students, we have a little over 22,000. Undergrads, around 17,000, a 17 to 1 student faculty ratio. Average class size around 34 students in a class. As I mentioned, we're located in Oxford. It has been recognized as one of America's best college towns. Ole Miss is a top 100 public university that's been nationally recognized and consistently one of those on those most beautiful lists that you may or may not see. As I just mentioned, average class size 34, less than 5% of our classes are those that are taught in those larger kind of lecture hall settings. In your upperclassmen years, it can be as small as 8 to 10 students in a class. Average ACT 25, average SAT a 1200, and we boast the state's highest graduation rate, retention rate, so forth and so on. And of course, when it comes to academics, we offer 90 different majors, over 120 programs of study, nationally ranked programs in accountancy, education, pharmacy, but we're also home to the state's oldest school of engineering and the state's only school of medicine. And that allows us to offer those OT programs, PT programs, medical, dental, and also nursing programs that some of you may be interested in. So hopefully you will be interested in pursuing us and putting us on your list. You can see here a more specific list of those schools and colleges of which we offer. In addition to that, we have special programs that range from our School of our Honors College, our Croft Institute for International Studies, we boast 2 language flagship programs in Chinese and Arabic, and so forth and so on. They do require a separate application, but wonderful opportunities for students who want to be challenged in a more specific way. On our campus, we're all about community life, student life. We have over 400 clubs and organizations. We also have an active Greek life program as well. About 40% of our students participates in Greek life at Ole Miss. In our student union, a picture here, just so much space and place for students to be, things to do, and of course, places to eat. And we offer a lot of them, and they're all very good. We're also part of the SEC, so that's the Southeastern Conference, Division I athletic sports. And you'll see those sports listed here as well. Snapshots of different venues around our campus during sports times, and then a number of resources that we provide to our students, from our Center for Inclusion and Cross-Cultural Engagement to our Counseling Center, Career Services Center, 2 recreational centers for students to be actively engaged on our campus as well. Of course, for those first-year students, we want you to live with us, and we're going to give you a lot of options, and you'll see those options listed here in terms of traditional housing versus contemporary housing. So we will allow you a number of opportunities to live and be. And then, of course, the town of Oxford, it's a little over 20,000 residents. We pretty much double the size of the town. There's so much to see, and places where students can kind of find their niche and where they want to be. We are generous in terms of our financial aid. We offer academic merit aid. We also offer a need-based aid through scholarships, grants, loans, and work study. Of course, this coming year, test optional. You do not need to take the SAT or the ACT for admission to Ole Miss. Simply apply. And you can do that through our Ole Miss app or the Common App, of which we're on. Submit your high school transcript. And then if there are some of those special programs that you're interested in, like honors, like Croft, there'll be a more specific information that we will want from you with regards to those. And of course, we would just love for you to come and visit us. And of course, you can see from winter, from the fall to the spring, anytime that you may decide or be able to come and visit us at Ole Miss. We would love for you to be able to do that. This is my contact information, but truth be told, it should be my colleague, Kelly Slater, but you can find his information on our website where information will be there where you can be in touch with him via email, via text, so that you will be able to learn more about us, hopefully to be able to schedule a visit where you can see us up close and personal, because we'd love to welcome you to the University of Mississippi so that you can learn more about those ways in which you can connect with us and be a student. Thank you for your time today.
All right, thank you so much. Next up, we have Illinois Wesleyan University.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Andrew Stuntz, and I'm Regional Admission Counselor for Illinois Wesleyan University. I live in East Tennessee, have the pleasure of working with students and families from the southern states, including Georgia. So definitely looking forward to getting a chance to talk to you just a little bit about the school and how some of the reasons we were named one of the top 10 job placement schools in the nation, and recently named the Hidden Gem School of the Midwest. So we'll dive on in. Illinois Wesleyan, we are a strong liberal arts university, 1,700 undergrads. We have no grad students at our school, so it's all about the traditional undergrad experience. We are located in Bloomington, Illinois, so that's about 2.5 hours south of Chicago. 11-to-1 student-teacher ratio, 16 on the average classroom size. So you won't be seeing this. You won't see the large lecture hall style seating. You'll definitely get a lot less lecture and more discussion at Illinois Wesleyan. That's one of the wonderful things about looking at a smaller university. Get those quality conversations with your professor and your peers, and just be able to add so much more to the learning process as you go along. Now, I'm definitely looking forward to getting a chance to talk a little bit about our many health services and related programs for our future health leaders potentially in the making. So for Illinois Wesleyan, we're divided up into 3 main schools. I'll start with our School of Nursing. So our School of Nursing is direct admit. It has average NCLEX pass rate of 98% and 21 years now going on strong of 100% job placement. So this is a big area for us. We typically take about 48 students every year to fill our class. So you do get your seats in advance, since it is direct admit, if you apply and are admitted, and you will have 3 years of clinical rotation and nursing classes. So that way you'll have plenty of experience to go on into the workforce. We also offer opportunities for a full study abroad experience in Barcelona, Spain, for our Spanish for Nursing minor. Now, College of Liberal Arts contains the majority of our majors and minors. So we have a wide selection of STEM programs and health services with a deep liberal arts root to them. Our pre-med program tends to be very popular, either through our biochem or chemistry, neuroscience degrees. So that averages a 85% acceptance rate to med school. So that's 30 points higher than the national average. So we do a lot of things to prep beyond studying for the MCAT and boards, we want to make sure that we give you a quality education and have an extern program with local Illinois Wesleyan alum physicians and surgeons through your senior year to shadow and mentor. We also have all the major pre-professionals that you could expect to be covered, everything from pre-pharmacy, pre-veterinarian. There's so many different things to choose from on that side. We also have what's called the Health Promotion and Fitness Management degree, very similar to kinesiology. So students that are looking to go into physical fitness, nutrition, obviously going into potential pathways to athletic training and physical therapy, we can definitely help you on this route. So this is a good place to consider for a wide selection of health sciences degrees with, again, deep liberal arts rooted background, and also a school that has great success in making sure that we either prep you to go into the workforce or into grad school. Now, diversity is a big deal at our school. We're pushing to continue to become more of a diverse institution. Now, a third of our students, students of color on campus, and continuing to grow. Campus life itself, we have over 120 different clubs and opportunities for student involvement. Greek life, study abroad, all very much a big part of our culture at our institution. I tell everyone all the time, we resemble a lot of what you expect from a larger university, just without the tens of thousands of students. We are D3 and CAA in case anyone has athletic interest. We do have the ability to have students get recruited, of course, from coaching staff, and we also have esports. So that's a growing area for us over the last couple of years to have a competitive esports program in case anybody was looking at some potential routes for extracurriculars on campus. Now, our average cost, net cost after scholarship is typically about $28,000 for the year, and that is tuition, room and board, and meal plan included. So even though we are a private university in the North, I never want anyone to be intimidated by cost. I personally work with all our families to make sure that if finances are a barrier, we're going to do everything we can to overcome that. So we do start off with generous merit scholarships based on GPA, ACT, SAT scores. Our average coming in is a 3.75 GPA, 26 ACT, 1210 SAT. So if you're above those averages, you will be getting a higher ranked merit scholarship. And then finally, for our students in the house, especially if there's juniors tuning in right now, our application will go live this coming August. We are on the Common App. We do have a test optional path as well too. Both merit scholarship applies to those who submit ACT or SAT scores, and test optional path as well. And if you get all your material into us, we will start early decisions in November. There will be opportunities to visit. I hope you will do that. My contact information is in the top left, my email and my phone. We are doing campus visits daily. So we will continue those spring and summer, and we will have 2 big summer preview days coming up in June and August. Very popular for students coming up to visit the campus and to get an early start. There is a direct flight also from Atlanta to Bloomington. So traveling from the Atlanta metro outside of those areas in Georgia is very practical to come right up to the campus to check us out. And again, if I could be of any help in the process, don't hesitate to reach out. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day.
All right, thank you so much. Next up, we have Florida Southern College.
All right, thank you very much. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Brian Emery. I'm an Assistant Director of Admissions at Florida Southern College. Definitely excited to chat with you a little bit and tell you about Florida Southern. So we are located in Lakeland, Florida, which is very central, right in between Tampa and Orlando, so right in the center of the state. Our overall student population is a little over 3,000 students. That's across all of our programs, undergraduate, graduate, and also adult programs. And about 60% of our students are from the state of Florida, excuse me, but about the other 40% come from just about every other state in the country, and also from about 40 plus different countries from around the world. We do have a pretty solid international student population on our campus. Academically, we're very comprehensive. We have over 70 programs to choose from, along with a lot of pre-professional tracks, so pre-medicine, pre-law, pre-dentistry, all of those kind of things. And we do have some graduate programs on our campus as well in areas such as business, accounting, nursing, education, psychology, physical therapy, to name a few. But yeah, in terms of the programs, they're across those 5 schools at the bottom there. We really try to be very just offer a lot of options for students, because we want to make sure that you have choices available to really do those kind of major and minor combinations, really kind of, again, pursue what you're interested in academically. We even offer some accelerated options, excuse me, for 4+1 tracks where you can get both your bachelor's and master's in 5 years total. So some good options there. In terms of the classroom experience, our average class size is around 17. The largest you'll ever have, probably 40 to 50, and a student faculty ratio of 14:1. Another thing as well, 100% of our classes are taught by professors. So there are no teaching assistants or grad assistants teaching any courses. Some programs do have GAs or TAs helping out professors with various projects or things like that, but they're never actually teaching the courses. So we think it's important our students are learning from experts in their field. Now, probably the most important thing from the presentation today is our 3 guarantees. So we guarantee these 3 experiences for all of our students. Firstly, we guarantee a study abroad trip at little or no additional cost. We think that's really a valuable experience for students to have while they're in college. So we want to make sure that every student coming to Florida Southern has that opportunity, but finances will not be a burden or an obstacle to that. So every student qualifies for one of these trips, again, at little or no additional cost. The second guarantee is an internship from kind of a professional experience standpoint. This one's really, really important to be able to sort of put yourself into a professional environment and say, if this is what I want to study in college, this is what it's going to look like potentially as a career. It also looks really good, obviously, on resumes, applying for graduate schools and things like that. And then thirdly, we guarantee graduation on time or graduation in 4 years. The national average, surprisingly, is about 5.5 years to get a bachelor's degree. So that's a 1.5 years more, both in terms of time, but also money that students may potentially be spending on their undergraduate degree when they could be in grad school at that point, or even have a job and be making money. So, again, 3 guarantees: study abroad, internship, graduation on time. If you only take one thing away from my presentation, that's definitely the most important for sure. All right, a little bit more on student life. We do have a lot of different residence halls and off-campus apartments. Those are all owned by the college, so it's all considered college housing. We do also guarantee housing, another sort of guarantee in a sense, but certainly for students coming from further away, that's a really important thing to know, that if you come to Florida Southern, we will house you in either one of our residence halls or in our apartment complexes. And it is very much a residential campus. We're not a commuter college. We have some students locally that will live with their families and commute, but generally the vast majority of our students are living in college housing. Lots of ways to get involved. I'm a graduate of Florida Southern. This was probably my favorite part, was the student life and involvement opportunities, tons of clubs and organizations, academic fraternities, professional organizations, honor societies, campus ministries, Greek life, athletics. I'll touch on the next slide. Really no shortage of ways to get involved. We want to make sure if you're going to be a student here for 4 years, we're going to make it feel sort of like a second home for you, or a home away from home. We're Division II. We're one of the top 3 most successful Division II programs in the country. So really good athletic program on campus. We have the traditional varsity sports. We do also have some really cool club sports as well, sort of non-traditional. Fun fact, we're the oldest and one of the most successful collegiate water ski teams in the country. And the other 4, equestrian, esports, ice hockey, and cheerleading, have all been added in the last decade or so. It's really kind of adding a really broad range of athletics on our campus. So definitely a lot of really cool stuff in that respect. All right, application process. First and foremost, it is free. There's no cost to apply. We have our application. We also accept the Common App and the Coalition app. It is rolling admissions as well. So once you submit your application, all your items, once we get everything we need, we'll start the evaluation process and get you a decision within typically about a month or so, sometimes shorter, sometimes a little bit longer, depending on time of year. And the numbers on the bottom kind of give you an idea of some of the averages for GPAs, which is weighted. Honors, AP, dual enrollment, IB, and Cambridge classes are all weighted. We do super score the tests, but we are also test optional. So you can submit them if you want, but also you don't have to if you don't want to. And lastly, financial aid. Very briefly, we do offer great merit scholarships automatically. If you're accepted to the college, we base those on GPA and test scores. And then we also have different talent-based scholarships for athletics and fine arts, departmental grants and scholarships as well. Obviously FAFSA, and there's tons of aid from a lot of different sources. So really offering a lot of scholarship and aid, accepting a lot to really try to bring that cost down for families. And lastly, definitely try to visit. I'd say for any college that you're considering, definitely try to put your feet on the ground at the campus and walk around a little bit. Some of the dates on these I do need to update, I apologize, but generally we do offer daily tours Monday through Friday, morning and afternoon, as well as a lot of open house events throughout the year as well. So that's it for me. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much. Next up, we have Vanderbilt University.
Hi, everyone. Let me get my screen share up and running. My name is Lena Andrews, and I'm a Senior Assistant Director of Undergraduate Admissions here in the Office of Undergraduate Admissions at Vanderbilt. Running through kind of a quick overview of kind of who we are. We are a mid-sized research institution located right in the heart of Midtown Nashville. We do love to talk about our mids because we are all about balance, and the balance we're really able to offer in kind of three key ways. One is that mid-size, about 7,000 undergrads, 6,700 grad students. We totally biasly think that is not too big, not too small, the type of place we're going to get all the resources of the big, huge schools without the feel. We do have 10 total colleges and schools, all located on the exact same 340-acre campus right in the heart of the city. So you're going to get all of kind of, so that includes my 4 undergraduate only schools, I'll tell you in a bit, but that also includes all of my 6 graduate schools, including our world-renowned School of Medicine, School of Nursing, Law School, Business School, etc. But what's somewhat unique about Vanderbilt is that all 10 of those places, they're right there. So if you are someone that's already thinking about med school, as many of you all at HOSA certainly might be thinking, or any of our other graduate schools, Vanderbilt could be a really great place to be because all of those research opportunities, those resources, those libraries, those faculty members, they're all right there within steps of your residence hall. We do have 70 majors across my 4 undergraduate schools, as well as 475 plus student-run organizations. This is the biggest way we talk about balance. Balance between having the top academics while still having a really engaged, enriching student life. We are a very increasingly diverse institution. At this point, about 44% of our students do self-identify as students of color. On top of that, about 12% of our students are coming from abroad. So you're really going to be able to meet people from all different backgrounds, all different experiences, all different geographic experiences, socioeconomic, racial and ethnic, etc. And then finally, the kind of most fun way we like to talk about balance is through our scroll to student ratio. This is a real number that we did come up with, or had a grad student come up with in the 90s. So it is outdated, but it is a real number nonetheless. It's just a way to brag about all the squirrel habitat we have in the form of trees and green space on our campus. We are set in the city, but we do have a true campus environment. You definitely know you're at Vanderbilt when you're there. We kind of jokingly call it the Vander bubble, but you step out of that bubble right into the heart of the city, all the amenities, the accessibility, the walkability that the city can offer. Here are my 4 undergraduate schools. Of course, I only have 6 minutes, so I'm not going to go into each of them. But one key thing to know about when applying to Vanderbilt is you do have to apply directly to one of these 4 schools, and which school you apply to will affect how I read and review your application. So I am looking for an element of school fit when I'm evaluating each application. And other good things to know about the academic experience, as I said, research totally available to undergrads, really just right there. And over 61% of our undergraduates do participate in research at some point. Well over 70% complete an internship while on campus. And pre-COVID, well over half of our students were studying abroad. And certainly we hope we're back up to that study abroad number here in the next couple of years as we get, a little further into the pandemic, or however we want to describe it now. We do have an 8-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So we are definitely a place where you'll get to know your faculty members and they'll get to know you. And then, as you've said a million times, we were right in the heart of Nashville. We think that's a really great place to be. When we say right in the heart, we mean it. That clock tower in the foreground is my main administration building, Kirkland Hall. You'll then see Midtown and downtown Nashville really spilling out beyond. We are about a mile from the state capitol. You can see it just to the right of the number 2. And about a mile and a half from Lower Broadway, where we send all the tourists, where a lot of the biggest concert venues are, some of our sports stadiums, etc. Right. Best part about Nashville, though, is definitely the live music and the food scene. We do have over 20,000 live music events annually, which is the most in the United States. About a third of those are country music, 2/3 about anything but country, and most are very, very cheap, or at least, or possibly very, very free, making it something our students are really engaging in throughout the week, throughout the month, certainly while on campus. And then applying to Vanderbilt, we do accept the Common Application, Coalition Application, and QuestBridge application. All are equally great, whichever works best for you and your process works best for us. We are a truly holistic review process. We're looking at absolutely everything you submit, but it's really going to kind of boil down to these 5 things. We are also going to be test optional for at least 2 more years. That's a pretty recent announcement. We're still even getting all of our comms up to our communications up to date on that, but we will be test optional for certainly my current juniors, and I believe, if my math is right, my current sophomores as well. And then another big part of Vanderbilt is, of course, the financial aid. We do offer about 200 to 200 full tuition merit scholarships, which you can learn more about on our website. But the vast majority of my financial aid does go to my need-based aid program, Opportunity Vanderbilt. Opportunity Vanderbilt is one of the most comprehensive need-based aid programs in the country. There's less than about 12 or so of our friends. They're doing something quite like this. Make 3 promises through the program. The first, for all my US citizens and some eligible non-citizens, we are need blind in the admissions process, meaning your ability to pay or not pay won't affect whether we have a space available for you on our campus. The second promise we make for all of our applicants, regardless of citizenship, is that we do meet full demonstrated need. That means we're going to ask you to fill out the FAFSA and the CSS profile from the College Board. Those 2 forms are going to spit out your expected family contribution. Whether that number is $0 or $60,000, we're going to meet the rest up to the full total cost of attendance. And the third promise, the big one, is that we don't package any loans in that ability to meet your demonstrated need, right? So we're going to make sure that we give you that grant aid or work study to meet that full demonstrated need. So it's pretty great. It's certainly something that we are very proud of. And then if you would like to learn more, here the not just kind of spun through version, here is how you can kind of learn more. We offer online information sessions once a week. There's also a recorded version. I'm sorry, I think the slide got ahead of me. And you can find that at vu.edu/virtual VU. If you are able to make the trip to Nashville, if you find some free time in a crazy junior, sophomore year schedule, et cetera, we're also offering on-campus versions as well. We, at this point, only have March and April registration open, but we will certainly have summer visits available as well. Thanks all.
All right, thank you so much. Next up, we have Randolph College.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Scott Cooper. I am the Director of Recruitment at Randolph College. Thank you so much for taking the time out today to actually sit down with not just me, but also the other panelists and other colleges on this Zoom call. Without further ado, I'll tell you a little bit more about Randolph College. We are a small private liberal arts college located in Lynchburg, Virginia, which is a central part of Virginia. We have an amazing historic downtown area. When I say small, we are fairly small in the sense of we have a little less than 600 students total, with an average class size of 13 and also a student to faculty ratio of 8:1. However, this has made us available to be ranked 16th in the nation as far as professor accessibility, which is one of the main components that we have a very hands-on education here at Randolph College. We have a little less than 30 majors, over 40 minors, 3 graduate degree programs. And the unique thing about a couple of our graduate degree programs is that they are a year long at about $307 per credit hour. So one of the most popular routes is that students will come here for education and they'll be able to get their bachelor's and master's in 5 years. We also have 4 pre-professional programs along with a teacher licensure program. We're very strong in the STEM fields as well as the fine arts fields, but we do have a lot of options for you as a whole. Now, the way you'll be doing these options is completely different, where we have a new innovative way called Take Two. Basically, instead of the traditional model of having classes on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays for about an hour, about 3 classes on those days, and 2 classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays for about an hour and a half, you'll take 2 classes per 7 weeks with us. So you have one of your classes on Mondays, both of your classes on Tuesdays. You never have class on Wednesdays, one of your classes on Thursdays, and both of your classes are on Fridays. So yes, that is true. You do not have class on Wednesdays, but faculty likes for us to use it, call it an academic day. So that's our new innovative Take Two program. And I'm going to place a video in the chat that's going to explain a little bit more about Randolph College as a whole. We are very strong in our support system and making sure that you are successful in cultivating a blueprint to whatever you're looking for within the institution, also post-graduation from the institution. So we have transition programs like our STAR program, where you're able to come move in 2 weeks before. It's a completely free program where you're able to just get acquainted with college a lot early. We have the Academic Services Center, where if you need tutoring needs, if there's accessibility needs that needs to be accommodated, we have those available for you. Like I said, being that we're a small college, our advising is actually taken to another level, because you will be meeting with professors, you will be meeting with other advisors in order to make sure we're cultivating the best plan for you to be successful at Randolph College. And one of the most important is the Career Development Center, what you plan to do post-grad, whether it's grad school, whether it's going into an internship, whether it's working immediately just in your field of work automatically with a salary job. We are looking to make sure we are very progressive in making sure you're able to be successful in those fields as a whole. Our tagline here is being original. So we want you to build your resume, create your story, and just take advantage of as many opportunities as possible. So the opportunities here is, we want you to be a player. We are Division III athletically. We participate in one of the toughest Division III conferences, which is the ODAC. We do have a newly renovated athletic center, which is the Michaels Athletic Center, or what we like to say short, the MAC. And we also have a new esports team, which does include scholarship monies that you will be able to acquire by being a part of the esports team. As I stated earlier, fine arts is one of the strong areas that we are. So we want you to be an artist. So whether it's through working in the Mayer Museum of Art, doing theater, also acting, painting, being a part of music, we want you to be be an artist. And there's also fine arts scholarships here at Randolph College that could equate up to $3,000 more in scholarship monies just for being a part of the fine arts related field. And we also want you to be involved. We have over 40 clubs and organizations that you can be a part of, but if you don't see something that's there that you would like to do, you can create it with your friends. You would need just a couple other people to make sure that you're able to get the organization up and running. And then there will be a small application process in order for your organization to be approved. But we want you to be involved as a whole here at Randolph College. And lastly, be a part of tradition. We have numerous traditions here at Randolph College. We used to be an all-women's college. A fun fact about us is that our mascot is still a woman. It's Wanda the Wildcat. But if you ever see when we have Wildcat spelled out, the W and the C is always capitalized for paying tradition to us starting off as a women's college. If I had to say one of the most popular traditions is the show, where the roles are a little bit reversed than normal. Instead of the students putting on a talent show, your faculty and staff are putting on a talent show. And trust me, a lot of people, you see a different side of them in this talent show, and it's one of the most popular events here at Randolph College. Oh, my slide got stuck. There we go. So Randolph College is surrounded by the red brick wall. So we always tell students to go beyond the red brick wall here. Whether it's going to our historic downtown area where there's numerous opportunities to have fun, numerous festivals going on, and just different style of events. And of course, numerous opportunities to eat. We encourage students to get downtown. We have a very strong study abroad program. Students are actually going to Greece in May, but we also have something called a RISE grant, which is a part of our internal research, where students have $2,000 in grant money just to use towards a student experience. And some students actually use that to use towards their study abroad travels. We also have a summer research program for some STEM students, some more career development center internship opportunities, along with the alumni organization. So how to become a Wildcat? We always tell students to fill out an application. We do Common App or our own application. It's always free. It takes about 15 minutes to complete. You can send us your transcript and also fill out the FAFSA. We do take unofficials until it's time to get your official as a whole. Our merit scholarships range from $7,000 to $15,000, just starting off, depending upon what the GPA is. And we have about $1,000 to $12,000 in stackable scholarship money. To give you an example about a stackable scholarship is if you want to be a part of our STUPA program, which is Step Up to Physical Sciences and Engineering at Randolph, basically any STEM field, you could possibly have an opportunity at $1,000 to $7,000 in extra scholarship money. Always talk with your admissions counselor and make sure you come visit campus also, just to come see what the opportunities we do have here. Once again, I have placed all of my contact information below. So thank you so much, and I appreciate everyone.
All right, thank you so much to our panelists, our experts. We don't have a whole lot of time to go through a Q&A here, but I, again, just want to thank everyone for their information. My last plug is please, please, please contact these folks. So look into that chat, grab out some links, grab out some contact information and contact them. It's their job to make sure that they find the right fit for you. This is what they do. So thank you so much for that. I did put some information into the chat for you. Everything that we discussed here and everything in the chat is also on our website. So you can get that information at strivescan.com. And there are more sessions. And when you leave here, there is a quick survey. It just helps us improve and helps us keep getting better and better so that we can serve you folks. So again, thank you to our panelists. All of you folks are awesome. Thanks for sharing your wealth of knowledge and being here for these students. And good luck to all the students out there and finding the right fit for you. And I hope that you do. So with that said, there are more sessions today. There's one coming up here just in a few short moments. And I hope to see you in one of those. And good luck and have a great day.